Hi, we are so excited to be here in Westport again today in watercolor and talking to a guest that I think you're going to absolutely adore. She is a bundle of energy and has enthusiasm for so many different interests, and the beautiful tapestry of how she and her husband have come to Westport and for her husband to be part of the team at Watercolor and for her life to be transformed by a place and the new opportunities that have unfolded as they've moved here as a family. And I think today, what is really special, Stephen, I think you will agree with me, is the perspective of transformation that happens in a place when your life can unfold with greater ease. And we talk about that a lot in our marketing pieces, in our interactions with potential home buyers and homeowners. And I think Pam is going to give us a really beautiful insight to that. So welcome, Pam.
Thank
Garcia.
you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so glad you're here.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so I would love for you to share a little bit about how you came to Westport and what your kind of thought process maybe was in deciding to actually make the move to live here.
Well, as we were talking about earlier, someone invited Noah to meet Steve through one of Steve's activities, Solely Business. Mm-hmm. And many years later, Noah asked Steve some questions over email, and Steve invited us to come and see what he was working on here in Westport. And he gave us a tour of the town and invited us to come join the team. And just God's hand has brought us here. So it's been an adventure.
Is that before a shovel was in the ground?
No, so there were a couple of houses already built.
Okay.
Yes. So, and we got to see it in action. It was pretty cool to see a couple of houses already built and all the work still to be done, and to be able to be part of it at that point was wonderful. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I know you're a very active mom of 4 very active children. So yes. I'd love to hear a little bit about that. What's life like in Westport when you have a young family that's, seeking to grow and learn in different ways? So
so we have 4 children. Mm-hmm. Our oldest, our daughter, is 9, and then the boys are 7, 5, and 3. Alec was actually born a month after we moved to Westport, and it's been they fill our lives with so much adventure and joy. There's nothing like being a parent to those 4 kids. And we actually homeschool. And one of the best things Westport has done for our family is we have met a group of homeschoolers here. In Ottawa, our closest friends, none of them homeschooled. We were the only homeschooling family in our group. Mm. But here we have just created such beautiful friendships with other homeschooling families. So that has been so special for us. Yeah,
that's a daunting task for many parents to even consider homeschooling. And do you find that there's a good sort of cooperative effort amongst the other families to learn and grow together?
Yes, so we actually meet during certain seasons. We meet at least once a week and learn something together. Mm-hmm. This past spring, we actually did languages. So one of the moms was teaching the younger group French. One of the moms was teaching the older children Spanish. And we would just get together on Friday mornings and learn, and then fellowship together after. Nice. One of the moms coordinated swimming lessons, so we all took swimming lessons as a group, which was great because then we got to spend time together after, and the children are learning skills with their friends. Yes.
That sounds amazing. Do you think that the simplification of the walkability, do you live kind of in a way that, you're part of the village, and you live within the village, not necessarily in a watercolor home, which is a beautiful, collaboration of life here. Do you find walkability an empowering part of your children's experiences? Like, I know they're not old enough necessarily yet to leave the house and send them on their way, but
they're looking forward to it. I've had one of them said, "Oh, maybe when I grow older, can I just bike to so-and-so's house every day?" And I'm like, let's take it one step at a time. But they're looking forward to it. Yeah. But yes, so I have a friend here in the village, and sometimes she'll just send me a message, "Hey, I'm out for a walk. Can I stop by? And she'll just come over to our house and spend some time in the garden with us. Or she'll say, hey, you want to come and join us at the park? And we'll just go across the street and join them at the park. So it's great. We've had friends text us sometimes late evening, hey, we're just spending some time here at the park across the street from your house. Would you like to come over? And we'll just walk over and enjoy time with friends.
That's so nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's nice as a mom not to have to deal with the car seats and seat belts all the time.
Yes, we avoid that transition as much as possible. Yes.
It's not always an easy or pretty one, is it?
No. Especially when you have a 2-year-old that says, I'll put it on myself, but it takes like half an hour in someone's driveway.
Right, yes. Yes. I remember that season well with my daughter. I do. I'm like, no, I need to do this for you.
Yes. And I need to reassure friends, we're okay. We're just putting on our seatbelts. We might be here for a bit. Yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I know, Steve, you had wanted to talk about some of the aspects of living near the water and the calm and surroundings of the village with Pam. Do you want to?
Yeah, I would love to just ask you, Pam, to recount, because I got to know Noah a little bit. We had met a few times before we met at Solely Business and before I met you, because when Noah was running Arise Renovations, we had met at my place, just trying to offer, this resource helped me.
Yes.
This resource might help you, because, that's just part of my DNA, but I just loved getting to know Noah and similarly getting to know Pam. But it was particularly intriguing, some comments you made when we were in the harbor that I thought on that first walk around the village would be worthy of other people hearing from your perspective.
Well, I tell people I grew up in a big city. Like, I'm originally from Brazil. Curitiba is a big city. And then I moved to Los Angeles, which is even bigger. And then we moved to Ottawa. So then I got to, slow down a little bit. But then moving to Westport, it's sort of the goal of just living in a calm place where you don't have to be running everywhere and there's not traffic, no traffic. So Noah and I had always talked about raising the kids in a quiet place, in a calm place. And when we came to Westport, I was very pregnant at the time.
Very pregnant.
And I just looked around with 3 kids running around and letting them just walk down the street without really having to worry. It was just, we just came to that realization. This would be a great place to raise the kids. Like, this is so calm and it's so peaceful. Yeah. And it's a nice small neighborhood. It's small enough that you get to know all your neighbors. Like, people actually say hello on the street.
Okay.
Yes, people know where you live, which now I love that fact. It took me by surprise when we first moved here. When a couple of people asked me, so where do you live? And back in Ottawa, you would say, Canada or Barhaven, and maybe you give a cross street.
Right.
But here they want to, a couple of people asked me, which house do you live in? And I'm like, this house. And now it makes me really happy to know that people will know, when they see my children walking down the street, they will know, that's a Garcia. And if my child needs any help, the neighbor will come to their assistance, right? They will come to the aid of my children, because it's a small community and
isn't that
people
beautiful?
Are out for, look out for each other. Yes.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That is a very grounding feeling. And I think people, it's to want to be known, and then to know others too in a way that is meaningful, whether it's to reach out for help or if it's to enjoy just their company, or to know as you walk by someone's home that, that's where they live. And it's not that it's an intrusive thing. It's just that sense of being known, which I think has a lot of value to our lives and our existence.
Yes. And in a big city, right?
Oh.
Getting used to living in a big city, you might feel like it's intrusive, but really it's the way it's supposed to be. People knowing each other and connecting with each other, because we need each other. Right? When we live in such a fast-paced life, in our own space, we get the sense that we don't need others, but we do. Yeah.
As a relative newcomer to Westport, did you feel a sense of welcome and belonging pretty quickly? Aside, I guess, being connected to Land Arc, that might have been a a different experience. But just getting to be known as with other people, was that an easy transition?
It was. So we joined a church. Okay. So we moved to Westport in October, and then I had the baby a few weeks later. So really we started getting to know people closer to January to just give our family some time to rest and recover. But then we started attending church regularly. We got to know a few families there, and then those friends connected us with other friends, and then children activities. So we joined soccer, which it seems the whole village shows up to soccer every Wednesday evening, which is great because you get to know everyone.
That's so wonderful.
Everyone, yes, and it's fun. It's fun.
Oh, that's really nice to hear.
Yes, but we feel welcome.
Yeah. Part of the goal of the podcast is for people who are maybe considering making a move to watercolor to have that sense that I could find my place there too.
Yes.
You know, because I think it can be a little intimidating when you're uprooting. It's not moving one neighborhood to another within a larger city and you keep all your old friends.
Yes.
You know, you're having to reestablish and put down new roots. So you mentioned in one thing you said about a garden. Did you grow up gardening?
I didn't.
Okay.
So where I grew up, even we went back home to see family recently, yes, and I just realized there is no soil in the house I grew up in. Like, it's all tiled floors on the outside. So I'm like, where did this gardening love come from? But I didn't grow up gardening there or anywhere else. But when our daughter was born, I was just reading Proverbs 31, and I just got some inspiration because it just talked about this great woman who gardens, and so I said this must be important. So I started learning to garden, and it has grown. The love for gardening and the knowledge, thankfully, has grown, and the experience. Every year we learn something different.
Tell me about some of the things that you enjoy growing in the soils here in Westport, because I know that this is a different climate than the one you would have in Brazil, for sure. You're in a different zone altogether. So what are some of the things you enjoy growing in your garden?
So we love tomatoes. I love tomatoes, and we have grown so many tomatoes here, like just filling tabletops full of tomatoes the last couple of years, and they are delicious. They are so good. They taste like nothing you could buy at a store, because we're growing varieties that aren't developed for long lasting on a shelf. They were grown for flavor. So we grow garlic organic. So we grow everything organically. We don't spray anything, which means the bugs eat some of it, but we eat most of it.
It's a good way to put it.
And we get to share with friends. So we've been growing garlic, we've been growing flowers. A little bit of everything. Some zucchini squash that grows this long. So it's always learning something.
And you've gotten into training your children to go out and do some harvesting with you. So that's really fun too.
Yes, they love it. They go out there and just start picking herbs, and they'll pick cilantro and parsley and mix it up and say, "I'm making a salad for Dad." So they love going out to pick anything they can find out. Oh, and edible flowers. They love picking edible flowers. So borage flowers and anything else they can find.
That's really interesting. Have you connected with a group of like-minded gardeners in the area? Has that been an area of interest?
I have not yet. Yes, our main group here that we have found is from homeschooling or church or children related. But for gardening, I learned through YouTube. YouTube, you can find great teachers on there. It's a great tool. But I have yet to find a group of, CD Saturday. So there's this event.
CD
Saturday. So there's this event at the beginning of the year where everyone's itching to get in the garden, itching for green. There are events around Canada where gardeners get together and swap seeds and buy seeds and talk about all things gardening and growing good soil. Yes.
Yeah.
So there are resources to be found in the area. There was a CD Saturday. It was really cool. We had some friends there that I got to talk to about plants.
Oh, that's really
Yes.
good. That's really neat. Because I'm sure you, as you said, you've learned a lot.
Yes.
And now you probably have a lot to share. Right?
Yeah. Well.
Yeah,
Sometimes
no
I have
doubt.
to hold back. Yes, when I start talking about the garden. So
Yeah, you can inspire others. And we talk about that regularly here on the podcast is inspiration. What inspired watercolor, what inspires the people who live here, and how they just grow these beautiful lives that are just so rich in different ways that, yeah, and I think it's neat that you might have opportunity to mentor someone else.
Thank you. I would love to. I would love to. It's been wonderful these past years to be able to teach my children what I'm learning. You know, they can walk around and recognize plants just based on their leaves. Yesterday we went to a workshop by the library, and they were showing us how to make skincare products out of natural herbs and plants. And my 7-year-old saw a chamomile plant and he said, "Oh, that's chamomile." And the lady was so surprised, and she asked, "How did you know that?" And he said, "By the leaves. I can recognize it by the leaves." And so it's so fun to see them learning, and that's amazing. So that's who I've been mentoring so far. But one day I would love the opportunity to teach other people. I've actually done a couple of workshops at our church.
Okay.
Ladies' night. So once a month we have a women's activity where we've talked about gardening, and sharing with the women has been great. Yes.
Yeah, see, you're finding all kinds of ways to plug into the community.
Maybe I do have a community of gardeners that I hadn't really thought about that way, but yes.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. And your kids have access to all these things like a public library and an arena and all these like activities right close to home.
Yes. Yeah. So they learned to skate this year at the arena. I just couldn't imagine myself teaching 4 children to skate by myself, just because we had been so busy with so many other things. But with our group of friends from the homeschool group, we booked the arena this year for a couple of sessions, and they learned to ice skate. And again, across the street, we could just walk there, walk back home, which was great.
Amazing.
And there's so many other activities there that we get to enjoy. So, yeah.
Yeah. And there's a park with a play structure for the kids?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, right near the arena too, I believe. Yeah.
And there's a baseball diamond, so some children also take baseball lessons there, or t-ball, or
yeah, you start with t-ball.
Yes.
Then you move up to a moving target.
We haven't gone to that yet. We've stuck to just soccer for now.
If you're like my kids, they sat in the outfield picking the dandelions going, "Really? There's a ball coming? I didn't know I was out here."
Yes.
Yeah.
And eventually, when they're a little bit older, it might even be Wednesday night at the Sand Lake Lions Club Beach, where they do water skiing lessons Wednesday nights.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. Wonderful.
And they do volleyball lessons there too during the summer.
Okay.
So they do volleyball clinics, yes.
Yeah, Tuesday, Thursday, and then they play. Like, there's so many things.
There's so many things for young
lots
families.
of friends who have taken their volleyball clinics there, and they loved it.
That's amazing. That's really wonderful. If you were to kind of imagine as your children age in Westport, what are some of the things you're looking forward to? I mean, you talked a little bit about the independence, that they'd be able to walk to things.
Yes.
What other kinds of opportunities do you think lie ahead for them?
Well, walking to work, right? If they get a job here in town, they can just walk to work. They'll be able to participate. If they do decide to play hockey, they'll be able to go right across the street, visit friends in the village, and I'll have that peace of mind. Again, people will know my children. They'll be able to help them if they need any help. They'll be able to help in the community too. You know, if they see anyone who needs any assistance, they'll be able to help them, and they're helping a neighbor. Yeah, it's just so important to be involved wherever you live. So I'm looking forward to them, you know, going to buy bread, sourdough bread at Forno next door. You know,
just send them. I need a loaf of bread. Here's the $8 or whatever it is. Go buy it and come back.
That bread is so good.
And
going to the grocery store or going to the beach. I know many families that they have young children riding their bikes around town and going to the beach on their own. So, or with a friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's really special.
Yes.
That sense of independence. You're equipping them and companioning them when they need it, but when they have the opportunity for independence, it's available to them.
Yes.
And in a safe environment that you feel peaceful about too, because that isn't the reality for many people. So it's a lovely opportunity that you have here for sure.
And we recently talked about that because Noah and I were talking about the children being more independent and being able to do those kinds of things in the future. And he said, this is the safest place we've ever lived at. So if anywhere, this would be the place to do those things.
And that's what one fellow home builder from Brockville said to us when we were starting up. He said with the COVID going on, he was charting U-Haul traffic and all this, a variety of statistics. And so his 3 words for Westport were smaller, safer, better. And I'll always remember that, smaller, safer, better. And those were a fellow home builder from Brockville. Those were his words about Westport. Because he just knew Westport, and growing up in Brockville, he just thought, wow, what an idyllic lifestyle for young families. Smaller, safer, better. Because it's kind of like going back 100 years or 150 years. Like everybody talks about your family at church, that, the Garcias, they're so nice and and they're so polite and their kids are so wonderful.
And we get to know other families and get to know, there's certain families that you hear a last name and all these other people with the same last name because they're all family.
That's so nice.
Right? So you get to know, that's, as you mentioned earlier, Wafa, that's where so-and-so lives. And you say those family names, and it's something so special to be able to know the families around you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's easy to talk about connection when it's sunny and bright outside and people can ride their bike and go to the beach and do their garden. And then winter comes. What's winter like for you guys in Westport? Because you're not, your DNA does not scream winter to me. I'm sorry. I know you probably want to be south of the equator by the time the snow flies.
I do. So I love winter. I think winter is so beautiful from the cozy and warm interior of my home. I love to look out the window and see the snow and see my kids playing in the yard. I love it. I absolutely love it. But to be out there, I have friends that walk regardless of weather. I am not one of those people. If it is cold outside, I am inside my house doing productive things or maybe resting. Winter is a time to rest inside the house.
Yeah.
But yes, I love driving by the lakes and seeing people fishing on the ice.
Oh yeah, ice fishing.
I admire people. I admire people who are out there for hours and hours in the cold.
Yeah.
We've done skating, as I mentioned, but yes, winter is a time to admire from warm places.
Yeah. And that's what actually, for me, my parents were the same, immigrants to Canada, did not embrace winter early in their lives at all. And in fact, probably to the end of their days, they would not have valued winter. But I think there's something beautiful about what you just said about rest and a time to regroup and to actually not to fight against the seasons that come into our lives, whether they're weather seasons or other seasons that we don't necessarily dictate, but to embrace them and to find some joy and purpose and meaning in those seasons as well. So I'm curious to hear how you do pass the winter then from this side of the glass. So you must do some reading and some curriculum planning for homeschooling. And,
so in the winter we dive into homeschooling a lot heavier, just trying to be very just on top of the learning from books while we're sitting down, because we know that when the weather is warmer and it's nice out, we will do a lot more learning outdoors. So just learning a lot more indoors during the cold times so that we can enjoy other things in the warmer weather. Plus, as winter is a time where the days are shorter for a reason. right? It's meant for us to be able to rest more and just recover so that we're ready for spring and summer and fall to be active and getting things done outdoors. So
sure, because an outdoor farming experience, even on a smaller property, I know you're not doing it on a scale to feed the whole community, but even on a smaller scale, takes a lot of energy and physical stamina, and you have to be ready for it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you find that your connection to community with other moms that are going through the things you're going through are beyond the homeschool community? Have you been able to integrate in other ways to others that are not homeschooling?
Yeah, so we do have other friends who are not homeschoolers, and we do spend time together. But
is that through your church or through?
So through church, also getting to know people in the community. You know, we have friends that have become homeschoolers since we've met.
Sure.
Yes. Some that live here at Watercolor. Yeah. So just getting to know people through businesses as well. So other business owners in the community has been great, and getting to know their families. Yes.
That's neat. I know at one point you had a little entrepreneurial effort that are you still doing that with your?
So we have been freeze drying treats.
Yes.
So we did that for 3 years. So we started in 2022, and right now we're just transitioning our family to maybe freeze drying some other treats that are not so sweet.
Okay.
Yeah, so a different kind of sweetness, maybe some sweetness from the garden.
Nice.
Yes, but it was great. Both Noah and I just love to be creative in business, and so that was a fun venture. And again, just came from learning something, right? It actually all started because I was trying to learn how to preserve food in different ways, and then freeze drying kept coming up everywhere I looked. Okay. Just it preserves more of the nutrition in food. It preserves the food for longer. So we decided to try it, and in that I kept finding freeze-dried candy. So it was an experience, right? We were giving people an experience to try something that they already knew the flavor, but a different texture. So it was fun, and we sold at a few different events, and that was really fun. And we did it for 3 years. But now we've decided to really lean into the garden and what we can sell from the garden. So flowers and garlic and other vegetables. So that's what we're shifting to now.
That's really exciting. Yes. I think you live in a place that inspires creativity. I think you're surrounded by a lot of creative people. Everybody we talk to here in Westport seems to have something that they've harvested in their background that they're now bringing to the foreground of life.
Yes.
And I think it's really neat to be in a place where you can explore those things with others and share that knowledge and also share the enthusiasm for it.
Yes. And that's what I was telling Noah. I'm like, we've created this network, and we have this group of friends that we love and we're sharing with. But as I'm getting to know other people in the community through our different interests, right? I'm getting to see that there's so many of those little networks, so many of those groups of people that we can get to know and connect with. And I just talked to someone who's opening their own little farm shop at their place here right outside of town. And talking to her, she reminded me of another friend that we have in common who also has a great business with natural body products and healthcare products. So just all those connections that we have here. It's a lot of small businesses, a lot of business-minded people who are just looking to be producers, right? Instead of just consumers, a big community of producers. Yes.
Wow, that's beautiful. Well, thank you so much for sharing so much of your story with us.
You.
I know we could dig deeper into a whole bunch of little things.
And we will. We want to have Pam back.
Yes.
Like your strategy on how to get a 2-year-old into their car seat and their seatbelts. But also all those other things that I know you have a passion for and an understanding of. So thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and I know you have caregivers and all kinds of people who are supporting you in order to be here, and that's a beautiful thing too. So,
yes,
yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you for joining us today on the
you,
Watercolor
Pam.
Westport Stories podcast. It is always a joy to have people listening and watching and sharing our story. So if you've heard something today that inspires you, either to come visit us in Westport to discover what it's like to live here, we would love to host you. Reach out to our sales team. We are regularly in the hospitality business. We love to welcome people to Westport in ways that are meaningful and generous. And so if you want to follow, and share our podcast, you can do that on our channels, reach out on our website, or contact us through our social media. So thanks again.